Breaking news just in the country cast regarding legendary Jeopardy host, Alex Trebek, who has passed away at the age of 80 years old. You'll recall just last year, Alex announced in March of last year that he was battling stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Just like 50,000 other people in the United States each year, this week I was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Now, normally the prognosis for this is not very encouraging, but I'm going to fight this.
And remarkably, Alex Trebek did continue hosting Jeopardy for more than a year while battling such a progressive form of cancer so courageously and with so much class. TMZ has reported that Alex passed away peacefully, surrounded by his family. It says the revered and beloved Jeopardy host since 1984, whose calm but witty presence was must-see television for millions of Americans, has passed away. And it says a Jeopardy spokesperson tells TMZ, Jeopardy is saddened to share that Alex Trebek passed away peacefully at his home early this morning, surrounded by family and friends. Again, it says he's been battling stage 4 pancreatic cancer since announcing the news back in March of 2019. He immediately started chemo after the diagnosis, but made no plans to retire. And he again continued hosting remarkably, which is as impressively as ever. As they point out, he powered through a full year despite what he called massive attacks of Great Depression that made me wonder if it was really worth fighting on, because he said, realized giving up on life would be a betrayal to his wife, God, and other cancer patients. He pointed out the odds of surviving a second year with pancreatic cancer were just 7%, but he hoped he'd be able to celebrate that milestone too. Sadly, it took a turn for the worse, and he has hosted Jeopardy for 37 seasons, and he shot the greatest of all time season on television as well. And they do have episodes that will air through December 25th. His last taping in the studio was on October 29th, just less than a week ago. And it says the executive producer, Mike Richards, says working beside him for the past year and a half as he heroically continued to host Jeopardy was an incredible honor. His belief in the importance of the show and his willingness to push himself to perform at the highest level was the most inspiring demonstration of courage I have ever seen. There were ups and downs with Alex. In May 2019, he announced his tumors had shrunk more than 50%, a great sign of progress, but his numbers declined and he began another round. His soothing, reassuring voice was on display when he announced having cancer. And he signed on to host the show through 2022. He says, truth told, I have to, because under the terms of my contract, I have to host Jeopardy for 3 or 4 more years. And Alex Trebek was obviously an incredibly important figure in television history, an important figure in, obviously, he's sort of the grandfather of game shows, Jeopardy being probably the most famous game show of all time. And he handled this entire situation with such dignity and class, and he will certainly be very, very dearly missed, to say the least. It brings me back to those old SNL skits where you would have Will Ferrell portraying Alex Trebek on Celebrity Jeopardy, and, you know, Alex being such a good sport about it, just a revered history in television, and no doubt about it, he's still got some episodes to be shown from Jeopardy. But yeah, we just want to send our thoughts and prayers out to the family, friends, and coworkers of Alex Trebek during this very difficult time.